So this TDI is the one that had the coolant flange broken. It also seems to be sitting glow plug code, cylinder 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 4, glow plug circuit, electrical faults. That's not our concern at this point. The concern was the broken flange and the thermostat not opening. So right now, after replacing the thermostat, I'm just going to monitor engine temperature, coolant temperature. I know the fans are okay. By that I mean when I push AC and turn the heater blower on, the radiator fans, both of them work. So that tells me the fuse is okay, the fans themselves are okay, but they obviously still need to come on when the radiator gets hot. This is the following day. When I tested it yesterday, the radiator wasn't getting hot because of the thermostat. Temperature went up to 105. I think that was in the video here, or in this video that I showed. So now it shouldn't go past, I would say 97, 98 is usually when I see the radiator fans coming on. So I'll give you an update once I get closer. We're only at 52 degrees right now. Okay, Bagcom Rostec says 89 degrees. And I'm feeling the core getting warm. I did not feel it warm yesterday, even at 105 degrees Celsius. So at this point, I know the thermostat is starting to open. I'm not going to start putting my hand in any longer because eventually those fans are going to come on. So I'll get you a shot once they are. Temperature is hovering around 90 for quite a while. That tells me the thermostat is opening, which I already mentioned or showed earlier. By feeling the core is getting warm, but the fact that the temperature is not climbing tells me that the coolant is circulating through the radiator. The cold coolant from the radiator is going into the engine. That's why the temperature isn't climbing. It just went up to 91. So once it starts climbing, continues to climb, then I know that the temperature of the engine and the radiator is equal, and then I suspect the I expect the radiator fans to come on at around 97, 98. Sorry about the interruption. Just a bit of an emphasis on what I just basically said. I drew a diagram similar to this in one of my other videos, but obviously not everybody watches all my videos, so you may not have seen this this graph before. In an ideal situation, when an engine warms up, it warms up fairly quickly. And then as the thermostat opens, it'll plateau a little bit. It'll stay at that temperature until the temperature of the engine and the radiator equalize, and then the temperature will start to climb again. And then this is all at idle, sorry. And then as the fans come on, the radiator fans get triggered, and then you'll get the cooling, the rise and fall of the temperature, and that goes on indefinitely. When the vehicle's in motion, the radiator fans are not really needed, so the temperature in that case will stay probably more so at a slightly lower temperature, closer to the thermostat temperature. So the point being here, let me just choose a different color. If you have a thermostat that's stuck closed, you'll have this rise in temperature fairly quickly, just as before. But it'll continue to climb, and the fans will never come on, so then you'll continue to climb and then get to the point where you overheat, basically, whatever temperature that is for your engine. If, however, the thermostat is opening early, you'll have a slower warming engine, and so I just got to make sure I'm not backtracking myself here. Yeah, it's basically a slower warming engine until the fans get triggered. The fans will still get triggered at the same temperature, so that will happen, but like I said, it'll happen at a later time. This graph here may not show it at the correct time either. It's just, again, for the exact scaling may not be exactly right. It doesn't really matter, but the point being is that it will warm up slower. You'll have less heat in the vehicle. When driving, it may actually never even reach operating temperature. It'll just stay down here because the thermostat is too far open, and the radiator / cooling system is overcooling. Okay, hopefully that didn't add any more confusion. Okay, temperature just hit 95, so we're just going to keep an eye on it now. Once the temperature starts to drop again, that tells me that the radiator fans are turning, or are on. 96. Still holding on just under 2,000 RPM. 97. $98. $97. Once it hits 96, I'm going to go look at the radiators. And they just shut off. And we're down to 93 degrees, 92. And the cycle continues. So it's fairly straightforward to check. And like I said, whenever you have a broken coolant flange, always suspect something else, not just old age. The flanges usually never just break unless there's excessive pressure, and excessive pressure is from overheating usually. Thanks for watching.